"You're uninvited," my sister texted the morning of her baby shower. "You didn't contribute enough to the registry." I'd bought an $800 crib. "Understood," I replied. Then I contacted the registry store and withdrew the group gift I'd organized, a $3,400 nursery furniture set from The Family. When the store emailed her at 10 a.m. that everything was reversed, the text came at 8:47 a.m. on a Saturday. I was restocking Nike Air Max boxes in the back room of Foot Locker when my phone buzzed. "You're uninvited. You didn't contribute enough to the registry. Don't bother coming today." I read it twice. My sister Melissa. Her baby shower was at 2 p.m. I'd bought an $800 convertible crib from Pottery Barn Kids 3 weeks ago. I'd also spent 42 hours organizing a group gift, coordinating with aunts, uncles, cousins, even our father's co-workers to purchase a complete nursery furniture set worth $3,400. "Understood," I typed back. Then I opened my email, found the confirmation from Bye Bye Baby, and clicked Contact Customer Service. 37 minutes later, at 9:24 a.m., the store processed the reversal. Every item in the group purchase, the dresser, the changing table, the glider, the bookshelf, returned to available inventory. The registry showed 0% completion on the nursery collection. The store's automated system sent Melissa an email at 10:03 a.m. "Items have been removed from your registry by the purchaser." My phone started ringing at 10:04. I didn't answer. My name is Ashton. I'm 38 years old. I work at Foot Locker in the Riverside Mall, selling sneakers to teenagers and their parents. I make $34,000 annually, plus commission. Most of my family thinks that's all I do: stand behind a counter, measure feet, bring boxes from the back. What they don't know is that I also buy and resell limited edition sneakers online. I started 7 years ago with $600 and a laptop. Last year, my resale business cleared $127,000 in profit. I own a 3-bedroom house in a decent neighborhood. My wife Emma works as a dental hygienist. Together, we're comfortable. Not wealthy, but comfortable. I never told my family about the resale business. There was a reason for that. 4 years ago. Melissa had always been the golden child, 3 years younger than me, prettier according to our mother, more social, better at asking for what she wanted. I was the quiet one, the one who took care of things without being asked, the one who showed up. When I was 24, I lent Melissa $4,200 to cover her rent after she quit her job at the salon without having another one lined up. She paid back $600 over 3 months, then stopped answering my texts about it. Our mother told me to let it go because she's struggling. When I was 29, I drove Melissa to the airport at 4:30 a.m. for her Cancun vacation. She never thanked me, never offered gas money for the 60-mile round trip. When I was 33, I spent an entire weekend helping her move into a new apartment. She ordered pizza for everyone, except she forgot to order enough for me. I ate 2 slices while 12 people devoured 6 large pizzas. Emma noticed these patterns before I did. "She uses you," Emma said one night after Melissa called asking me to co-sign a car loan. "She calls when she needs something and ghosts you when she doesn't." I said, "She's family." "Family doesn't mean I have to overextend myself," Emma replied. But I kept showing up. I kept helping because that's what I thought you did. 18 months ago. Melissa announced her pregnancy on Facebook before telling anyone in person. The post had 47 comments within an hour. Our mother called her immediately, crying with joy. She called me 3 days later to let you know. "I'm having a girl." No greeting, no "how are you?" Just straight to the point. "Her name's going to be Violet Rose. Isn't that beautiful?" "Congratulations, that's wonderful." "I'm doing a registry at Bye Bye Baby and Target, just so you know." Click. Emma looked at me from across the kitchen table. Did she just... "Yeah," I said. Over the next few months, the requests started. Could I help them move the old furniture out of the nursery? Sure. I took a Saturday off work. Could I pick up a dresser they'd bought off Facebook Marketplace? Sure. I borrowed my buddy's truck. Could I paint the nursery walls? Sure. I spent 12 hours over 2 weekends doing 2 coats of whispering lilac. Melissa's husband, Brad, was there for the painting. He sat on the couch playing video games while I rolled paint onto walls in their spare bedroom. At one point, Melissa brought me a glass of water.
"You're so good at this stuff," she said, like I was performing my natural purpose. Emma stopped coming with me to their house after the third painting session. "I can't watch it anymore," she said. "You're free labor. You're a convenience. And she doesn't even see you as a brother. She sees you as a resource." "I'm helping with my niece's room," I said. "What's wrong with that?" "Nothing's wrong with helping. Everything's wrong with how they treat you while you do it." I didn't argue. Deep down, I knew she was right. 3 weeks before the shower. The group gift was my idea. I thought, incorrectly as it turned out, that coordinating a large family gift would be meaningful, would show Melissa that people cared, that I cared. I created a spreadsheet. I texted 17 people, both sets of aunts and uncles, 4 cousins, our father's best friend, our mother's book club friends who'd known Melissa since she was 8. "I'm organizing a group gift for Melissa's baby shower," I wrote. "Looking to buy the complete nursery furniture collection from Bye Bye Baby. It's $3,400 total. If everyone contributes what they can, we can get her everything she needs for Violet's room." Responses came in slowly. Some people contributed $200, some $50. Our Aunt Linda sent $500 with a note, "So generous of you to organize this, Ashton." I contributed $900 myself to close the gap. On September 14th, I finalized the purchase. The registry showed the entire nursery collection as purchased by a group. I didn't tell Melissa it was me who organized it. I wanted it to be a surprise. Separately, on September 18th, I bought the $800 crib, a beautiful convertible piece that would grow with Violet from infant to toddler to full-size bed. It could last until she was 10 years old. I clicked Ship to Registrant. The registry updated, purchased by Ashton. The week before the shower. Monday night, Melissa called, for once. "Hey, I'm looking at the registry and I see you got the crib," she said. "That's really nice." "Of course," I said. "I'm excited to meet Violet." Pause. "So, I noticed you didn't contribute to the furniture set, the big group gift." My stomach dropped. "Actually—" "It's fine," she interrupted. "I get it. The crib is expensive, but the whole family pitched in for the furniture and you didn't. That's just kinda noticeable." I could have explained right then, could have said, "I organized that entire gift. I spent 42 hours coordinating 17 people and contributed $900 myself." But something stopped me. Maybe it was the tone in her voice, dismissive, entitled. Maybe it was 7 years of being invisible. Maybe it was the way she said "the whole family," as if I weren't part of it. "The crib is my gift," I said evenly. "I hope Violet loves it." "Yeah, okay, cool." Click. Emma walked into the room. What did she want? To tell me I didn't contribute enough. Emma's jaw tightened. "You organized the whole thing." "She doesn't know that." "Tell her." "No." "Ashton." "I don't want credit," I said. "I just wanted to do something nice." Emma sat down next to me. "Baby, you can't keep doing this. You can't keep letting her treat you like you're less than." I know. I didn't know. Saturday, October 7th. The text. 8:47 a.m. "You're uninvited. You didn't contribute enough to the registry. Don't bother coming today."
I was in the back room at Foot Locker, Saturday morning shift. The store was quiet. The mall didn't pick up until 10 a.m. on weekends. I read the text 3 times. Something inside me, something that had been bending for 38 years, snapped. Not loudly, not dramatically, just cleanly. I didn't feel angry. I felt clear. I opened my email, found the Bye Bye Baby order confirmation for the group gift, read through the cancellation policy. Items could be removed from registries within 30 days if purchased through their system. I called customer service. "Hi, I need to cancel a registry purchase," I said. "Order number BBBR448921G. "Certainly," the representative said. Her name was Monica. She sounded tired. "Can I ask the reason for cancellation?" "The recipient disinvited me from the event," I said. "I no longer wish to contribute." "Understood. Let me process that. It'll take about 20 to 30 minutes to reflect on the registry." "That's fine. Anything else I can help you with today?" I thought for a moment. "Yes, actually. Can I also cancel item BBBR449103, the crib?" The Pottery Barn convertible? Yes. Of course. Same reason? Same reason. Done. Both items will be reversed within the hour. You'll receive a full refund in 5 to 7 business days. Thank you, Monica. You're welcome. I'm sorry things didn't work out. I hung up, sat on a stack of Nike boxes, felt nothing. No regret, no guilt, just a strange, weightless calm. My phone started ringing at 10:04 a.m. Melissa. I declined the call. It rang again at 10:06. Declined. Text at 10:07. What did you do? Text at 10:08. The whole registry is empty. Text at 10:09. People are calling me asking why. Text at 10:11. Ashton, answer your phone. I turned my phone to silent, slid it into my locker, went back to the sales floor. A mother and her teenage son were looking at basketball shoes. I helped them find the right size in the LeBron 21s. They bought 2 pairs. I smiled, processed the transaction, wrapped the boxes. The day continued. At 12:30 p.m., during my lunch break, I checked my phone. 23 missed calls, 14 text messages. Melissa, you're unbelievable. Melissa, you ruined my shower. Melissa, I'm 8 months pregnant and you did this? Our mother, Ashton, call me right now. Our mother, this is unacceptable behavior. Our mother, Melissa is crying. Brad, Melissa's husband, real mature dude. Aunt Linda, Ashton, honey, what's going on? Cousin Rachel, did you really cancel everything? I opened the text thread with Melissa, scrolled up to 8:47 a.m. You're uninvited. You didn't contribute enough. I took a screenshot.
Then I typed one message to the family group chat, the one with my parents, Melissa, Brad, and my 2 other siblings, Trevor and Monica. This morning at 8:47 a.m., Melissa uninvited me from her shower because I didn't contribute enough. Attached is the screenshot. For context, I purchased the $800 crib. I also organized and funded the $3,400 furniture set that she thought was from the whole family. I contributed $900 of my own money and spent 6 weeks coordinating contributions from 17 relatives. When she called me Monday to tell me I didn't contribute to the furniture set, I chose not to correct her. This morning, when she uninvited me, I chose to cancel both purchases. I will not be attending the shower. I will not be contributing to any future registries or events. I wish Melissa and Brad the best with baby Violet. I hit send. Then I blocked Melissa's number, blocked Brad's number, turned off notifications for the family group chat. Emma called at 12:51 p.m. Are you okay? She asked. Yeah, I said, and I meant it. I'm okay. Your mom called me. She's furious. I know. She said you're being selfish and petty. I know. She said Melissa is having a breakdown. Emma, I said quietly, I don't care. There was a long pause. Good, Emma finally said. I'm proud of you. The shower. I didn't go, obviously. Emma and I went to the movies instead. We saw some action movie. I don't remember the plot. I ate popcorn, held Emma's hand, felt light. Later, I learned from my brother Trevor that the shower was awkward. People kept asking where you were, Trevor told me over text. Melissa said you were sick. Then someone mentioned the registry and she started crying. Mom tried to cover, but dude, everyone could tell something happened. Did they still give gifts? Yeah, but like smaller stuff. Clothes, blankets. Nobody bought the big furniture because they thought it was already covered. It was, I said, until this morning. Honestly, bro, I don't blame you. That text was over the line. Trevor was the youngest, 28. We'd never been particularly close, but he'd always been fair. Thanks, I said. Mom wants you to apologize, though. Not happening. Yeah, I figured. Sunday morning, my mother called at 7:15 a.m. I answered. Mistake. How could you do this to your sister? She started immediately. No hello. She's pregnant, she's hormonal, and you humiliated her in front of the entire family. She uninvited me, I said calmly, because you didn't contribute.
I contributed $1,700 total, Mom, the crib and most of the furniture set. Silence. What are you talking about? The group gift everyone thinks is from the whole family? I organized it. I contacted 17 people. I tracked contributions. I made up the difference when we were short. I spent $900 of my own money on top of the $800 crib. Then why didn't you tell her? Because I wanted it to be a nice surprise. Because I didn't need credit. Because I was trying to do something generous without making it about me. Well, you should have told her. She should have said thank you for the crib instead of calling me Monday night to tell me I didn't do enough. More silence.
She didn't know. Exactly, I said. She didn't know. She assumed I did nothing. She assumed I didn't care. She's assumed that my whole life, Mom, and so have you. That's not... When was the last time you called me just to talk? Not to ask for a favor, not to tell me about Melissa. Just to ask how I'm doing. The line went very quiet. I thought so, I said. I'm not apologizing. If Melissa wants to talk, she can start with an apology for that text, and for Monday's phone call, and for 7 years of using me like a hardware store. Until then, I'm done. I hung up. Emma was watching me from the kitchen doorway. You okay? She asked. Yeah, I said. And I was. Week 2. The family group chat exploded after my Sunday call with Mom. I'd muted it, but Emma was still in it. She'd been added when we got married 4 years ago. She showed me some of the messages. Aunt Linda. I had no idea Ashton organized the furniture gift. I thought it was from all of us as a group. Cousin Rachel. Same. I just sent him $100 because he asked. I didn't know he was putting in $900. Our father, who rarely texted. This is between Melissa and Ashton. Everyone needs to stay out of it. Melissa. I'm pregnant. I'm hormonal. He should have been the bigger person. Monica, my younger sister, 32. Being pregnant doesn't give you a free pass to be cruel. Melissa left the chat. Then Melissa created a new group chat without me, and Emma showed me the screenshots. Melissa was telling people I did it on purpose out of jealousy, that I'd always been jealous of her, that I couldn't stand seeing her happy. Emma showed me one message that made me laugh. Ashton's always been weird about money. He's a shoe salesman, but acts like he's rich. It's embarrassing. Should we tell them, Emma asked, about the resale business? No, I said. Let them think what they want. Month 1. Melissa had the baby on October 29th. Violet Rose, 7 pounds, 4 ounces. I found out from Trevor's Instagram story. Our mother called the next day. Your niece is here. Don't you want to meet her? When Melissa apologizes, I'll visit. Ashton, she just had a baby. I know, and I hope they're healthy, but I'm not pretending everything's fine until she apologizes. You're being ridiculous. Mom, I love you, but I'm done with this conversation. Emma wrapped her arms around me. You're doing the right thing. I know. It just sucks. Month 3. January 14th. Trevor texted. Dad wants to talk to you. Says it's important. I called my father that night. Your mother is driving me insane, he said. She keeps saying you're being stubborn. I am being stubborn. Good, he said. Melissa was out of line. You were right to walk away. I should have said something years ago when she borrowed money and never paid you back, when she used you like a moving company. My throat tightened. Your mother has a blind spot with Melissa. Always has. But I see you, son. I see how hard you work, how much you've tolerated. Thanks, Dad. That said, Violet is your niece. She didn't do anything wrong, so maybe, when you're ready, you could visit. Not for Melissa, for Violet. Maybe, I said. Month 6. April 3rd. Unknown number. Ashton, this is Dr. Patel. I'm Melissa's therapist. She wants to talk to you, but she's afraid you won't answer. I looked at Emma. She nodded. Okay. Melissa's voice came through, shaky. Hi. Long pause. I'm sorry. She started crying. I'm so sorry, Ashton. The text was horrible. Everything I said was horrible. I was so wrapped up in myself, and I took it out on you. You didn't deserve it. I listened. Dr. Patel has been helping me see patterns, the way I treated you, like you existed to make my life easier. You organized the whole furniture gift. You paid for most of it, and I called to tell you that you didn't do enough. I was being
She trailed off, crying. Way out of line, I finished gently. She laughed through tears. Yeah, I handled that terribly. We talked for 47 minutes. By the end, Melissa agreed to family therapy, just the two of us, with Dr. Patel, once a month. I'd like to meet Violet, I said. Really? Her voice brightened. Really, but slowly and with boundaries. Okay, yes, whatever you need. Now, it's been 14 months since the text. I've met Violet. She's beautiful. Chunky cheeks, wide brown eyes, my father's nose. I visit once a month. I bring a small gift each time, nothing expensive. A board book, a teething toy, a onesie. Melissa and I are cordial, not close. Maybe we never will be, but we're working on it. The family dynamics have shifted. Trevor and I are closer now. Monica calls me more often. My mother still makes excuses for Melissa sometimes, but she's learning to check herself. My father and I have coffee every other Sunday. We don't talk about feelings much. Mostly we talk about sports and work. But the silence between us is comfortable now. Understanding. Emma was right, as usual. I wasn't being petty. I was protecting myself. The resale business is doing better than ever. Last year I cleared $156,000. I'm thinking about quitting Foot Locker and doing resale full-time. Emma thinks I should. I still haven't told my family about the business, not because I'm hiding it, but because it's mine. My success doesn't need their validation. And that's the real lesson here, the real freedom. My grandmother used to say, people will only treat you the way you allow them to. For 38 years, I allowed Melissa to treat me like I was less than, like I was a convenience, a tool, a backup plan. The text that uninvited me, it wasn't the problem, it was the symptom. The problem was years of accumulated disrespect that I tolerated because I thought that's what family meant. I was wrong. Family doesn't mean tolerating mistreatment. It means mutual respect. And when that respect isn't there, boundaries aren't cruel, they're necessary. I don't regret canceling the gifts. I don't regret walking away. I don't regret the silence. Because in that silence, I found myself again. And that's worth more than any registry. What was actually happening here? This story is about invisible labor and selective visibility. Melissa didn't see Ashton's contributions, financial, emotional, physical, because she'd trained herself not to. For years, he was the dependable one, the one who showed up without fanfare, the one who helped and left. Psychologically, this creates a dangerous dynamic. When someone is consistently reliable without demanding recognition, they become part of the background, their infrastructure, and we don't thank infrastructure. We don't see it until it stops working. Melissa's entitled behavior wasn't just about money or gifts, it was about deeper family patterns. She'd been positioned as the family's main character since childhood, prettier, more social, more attention-grabbing. Ashton was the supporting role, the caretaker, the facilitator.
The irony? Ashton had built a quiet success that dwarfed most of the family's achievements. His resale business was thriving. His marriage was solid. He owned a home. But because he didn't perform his success, didn't brag, didn't flex, it didn't register. The uninvite text was Melissa's fatal mistake. It forced Ashton to see clearly what had always been true. She didn't value him. She valued what he did for her. And once you see that pattern, you can't unsee it. The real lesson here. Boundaries aren't punishments. They're protection. When Ashton canceled those gifts, he wasn't retaliating. He was drawing a line. He was saying, I will no longer participate in a dynamic where I'm invisible until I'm useful. The most powerful part? His calm. He didn't yell, didn't argue, didn't justify. He just acted, removed his contribution, walked away. That's the lesson. You don't have to explain yourself to people who've already decided you don't matter. You don't have to prove your worth to people who refuse to see it. You just have to stop showing up for people who only want you around when you're useful. And yes, it might hurt. Yes, it might fracture relationships. Yes, your mother might call you selfish, but you're not responsible for managing other people's emotions when they're upset that you stopped letting them mistreat you. My question for you. Here's what I want to know. How many times have you shown up for someone who wouldn't show up for you? How many times have you organized, contributed, facilitated, helped, supported, and never received acknowledgement, let alone gratitude? And more importantly, What would it take for you to stop? Some of you reading this are Ashton. You're the backbone of your family, the one everyone calls when they need something, the one who fixes problems quietly, the one who doesn't ask for recognition because you've been taught that asking makes you selfish. But here's the truth. You're not selfish for wanting to be seen. You're not petty for walking away when someone tells you you're not enough, especially when you've been more than enough for years. So here's my question. Would you have canceled the gifts? Would you have walked away? Or would you have shown up to that shower, swallowed your hurt, and pretended everything was fine? Drop your thoughts below. I read every single comment. Tell me, are you the Ashton in your family? And if so, what's your breaking point? Because everyone has one. The only question is whether you'll honor it when it comes.